Hello, everybody. This winter is going to be a hard winter for many of us. Inflation, energy prices, especially in the UK, where energy prices have risen by 174%, and in Italy, where it's risen by 84%. That's the worst country in Europe, by the way, for energy price rises. The rest are a lot lower than that. Britain, because we're all competing for limited energy or limited gas, we're paying more because we're not in the EU anymore. I can't speak for America, but I'm guessing America's got an inflation problem too, since it's the same around the world. Again, Britain is higher because Brexit, we left the EU, so we cut ourselves off from our local market. So that was to be expected. But the result is this Christmas, we're going to be having a lot less money in our pocket unless something's done because of the failures of our leaders. So, how can we keep on gaming in this situation? Well, I present you with X-Pass, right, or Game Pass on the Xbox. For about £8 a month, you get to play any number of games as often as you like. You don't own them, you're renting them effectively, but the equivalent of one brand new game will see you through the whole of this winter for a simple £8 a month. Now, you'll end up paying £50 over a long term, but you could probably take it out for a year and just forget about it. And hopefully by the spring, whatever's going on with the energy will be sorted. So this is what I'm putting forward to you. Now, for a difficult winter, Christmas is going to be especially bad, especially for kids. And remember, Game Pass is also available on the Xbox as well as the PC. So you could get this for any Xbox users out there as well. Maybe get it as a Christmas present so they can enjoy it. Get any games they like. Maybe hide the fact you've got less money this year than you normally have, and just pick them up the games they like, later on. So that you don't have to keep paying for Game Pass if you don't want to. Now, the new ones here, like the picks I'd pick out here for me is Commando 3. Back in the day, the Commando game was an excellent game. I used to play it on the Amiga, I think it was, and it was just a really addicted, stealthy game. It goes back to a style of play first created by Microprose with their Airborne Ranger game, which was a classic in its own right, and I loved that to bits. But Commando, yeah, that's the first one. That's a remaster, so. That's a good game, especially for kids who like to destroy things. The Quake series has always been good. I've heard good things about Death Strand as well. We're going down the list. I don't know anything about them. Tropico 5 and 6 have not been very good. They changed something about how the cities grow and the people and the population, and now it bears no resemblance to what the features of the game say. So you've got factions in cities and things like that. It doesn't matter, they just invented stats that affect the game. You have no control over it, even though you're supposed to be able to control it. I've stopped buying them because they've really lost the plot. And Wasteland 3, made by the people who did the original Fallout. I've never really got into it, to be honest, but other people do. You've got Frostpunk, which is not too bad, more survival. Most of the Total War games. Outer Limits, people say that's a Fallout beta. I think that's wishful thinking. They're on mushrooms or something, or acid or whatever. Or it's not. It's an interesting game, but it's nowhere near as good as Fallout. Phoenix Point, not very well balanced, but a really good game to play. You've got City Skylines, again a really good game if you like city games. Going down further, obviously the Halo games that many of you like. Jedi Fallen Order. Doom games. State of Decay. I've been enjoying playing State of Decay actually. That's been quite good, and the older Wasteland games. Go back down even further. I don't play a lot of these games anymore because they're not really my kind of thing. But yeah. But anyways, carry on. Age of Empires was a classic game in its own right. I used to call it Age of Villages because it was quite a small game. But there's quite a lot on here, and if we click on all PC games, right, we get a better description of what we can play. And they rotate them around. By the way, some of these run on EA Play. Just a warning about EA Play. When you install it, it will crash out whilst you're doing normal things on the desktop. It just goes, he's browsing the net, let's crash. So I've ended up removing it because it's unstable and buggy, so I just wouldn't go near anything with EA on it. Because you'll have to install EA's launcher. Did I say EA Game Pass earlier? You have to install EA's launcher in order to play EA games, and EA's launcher is just not that good. Evil Genius isn't too bad. We'll look at all the Fallout games as well. And Fallout 3 does work, so that's good. Far Cry 5, isn't it? It's alright, Some people like it better than others. Civilization, or Galactic Civilization 3, a classic series of basically it's civilization in space. Now you go down and down. See, there's loads and loads of great games that keep you busy all through the winter, including Airborne, Medal of Honor Airborne, and Mercenaries 5, which is a fantastic game. Medieval Dynasties are alright, although that's just a grinding game where the reward for grinding is more grinding. So, yeah. Going down and down and down Off-World, that's an interesting game, a bit lightweight I'd say. Also it makes my PC run really hot for some reason, so I've avoided it because I like my PC not to be broken. Go down and down and down and down. SimCity, they're complete, that'll be EA Play again. That's not a very good game. It used to be great, but it's not good. SimCity 2000 on the other hand was the best version of SimCity ever released, and it's right there. And so you could play that, I suppose. But that's like 22 years. Well, in fact, it's more than 22 years old because that was made before 2000. All the Star Wars ones. See, there's loads of them here. You got the Sims 3 starter pack. Ooh, if I play that technically, it should find all my expansions. I got a lot of the Sims expansions. I've stopped buying them. I brought 4, but I didn't buy anything else for it because, quite frankly, they're a bit of a rip-off. The expansions simply aren't worth what you pay. Tides of Numenera Torment one. That's a lot of people seem to like that one. And there you go, you see there's loads of wolves down there as well. So on Battle Sector as well there. Where's it? There. That's not a bad game. It's basically Space Marines, Blood Angels versus Tyranids. So that's a 40k game. But so you can see anyway that there's an awful lot of games here to keep you busy. It's like Netflix for gaming. They bring in new products and rotate them around, take out old ones. So you get to play a number of games all through the winter for £8. And I think that will keep things, cheap and easily manageable, because it's all about saving money. And I know PCs have massive power supplies these days, which eat up a lot of power. But if you're a gamer, turning your PC off isn't going to be an option, is it? Turning your Xbox isn't going to be an option. What you do is you turn the lights down low, you load up your favourite game, and you try to leave your TV off. Or something in the background. You don't have anything in the background, save a bit of money. And this is a really good way of saving cash on games whilst this situation stabilises. Right then, I'll see you in the next one, folks.